when you go to work and it's your first child and you come home from work every night and your kid comes out and sees you and, how's it going, Dad, and you give him a cuddle and all that sort of thing. Well, that day he didn't want to do that and he was bending his back and screaming. And I said to Janet, what happened? And she said, he's just had his vaccinations, and the doctor said sometimes that can make them a bit cranky. Well, fucking cranky it did, I tell you. And he just bloody went berserk. And he did settle down, that night, but then he never spoke a word. He spoke one word after that.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another Clarke Boys hunting episode. On this episode, you might notice that Pete and myself, if you're watching on YouTube, are looking a little bit more professional than usual. That's because we were in the new Clarke Boys merch. We've got T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, kids shirts, all available on the website clarkeboys.co.nz. We're doing a pre-order, so we'll do a run of merch based on the numbers we get there, and we'll get it all printed and sent out to you before Christmas, as long as you ordered before the 8th. So make sure you get your orders in, limited time, and then once that's done, it's done for now. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Pete, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it looks good. You're just going to have to be a bit careful wearing this stuff out and about because
the ladies
are going to go for it. And if you're a lady and you're wearing it, then
the men
are going to be drawn to you. So just be aware. Wear your wedding ring, have it showing prominent if you're out and about like this.
Dangerous.
It's a bit like on Ron Burgundy, you know how they had that cologne, the Sex Panther?
Irresistible.
It's going to be like that.
Dangerous, very dangerous.
So just be careful.
But to go along with that, what we're also doing is anyone that buys the clothing on the website goes in the draw to go for a hunt with us. A hunt or a fish. We'll set it up. So yeah, that's the sweetener. If you got family or friends that like watching the videos, or you like them yourself, you want to support us in our video creating adventures, then buying merch is one of the best ways you can do that. And we've also got our Clarke Boys knives. We've got the hunting knife, and now we've got a fishing knife that's just been released through Victory Knives, the legends at Victory Knives. Great knives, great product. Yeah, we've used them for years and we love them. So
it's a great knife. It's a good knife for skinning and boning and everything. So I
love boning. Anywho.
Not so much, but yeah,
skinning also.
Yeah, skinning.
But you got to do both if you want to get the meat. Anywho, getting into this episode, we were talking about our website. We're trying to get people to go to our website and watch things, and we've been putting up some pig hunts onto there because the way the world works nowadays, if you've got anything that shows blood or knives or guns, and it's very hard to
pig squealing.
Very hard to do pig hunting videos on YouTube that don't get age restricted or blocked or taken down and things, and we don't want to lose our YouTube channel by pissing off YouTube. So what we're doing is we're putting those episodes directly onto our website, and if you want to watch them, if you want to watch all this extra footage, then you want to go onto the website clarkeboys.co.nz, and you can watch. There's some podcasts on there that we haven't released anywhere else, and we've got some hunts, and we're going to put some more hunts on there. But then we've got a special video coming up before Christmas for our viewers. Yeah, it's definitely out the square. Is that what you say?
Out the gate.
Out the gate. Yeah, it's out the gate. It's definitely something different to what we normally do.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a comedy sketch, I suppose, is how you'd put it.
Yeah, we thought it was good, but
Mum thought it was good. So
Nana.
Yeah. I got mixed reviews actually from my friends. One of them thought it was freaking hilarious, and the other one was like, "Whoa, you can't do that." So, hey, we'll see how it goes. And if by putting it on the website, it's only getting seen by the people we trust. The people that like our videos anyway. So they're gonna give it an honest review. And
can you comment on that?
I think you can. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure you can.
We value your comments. Yeah. If you thought it was shit, just say. If you thought it was good.
But
the main thing about it is we want to give a laugh. We want to give people a laugh.
Well, you think about what's the point of doing the videos, like we don't do it we never started doing it for money. We just started doing it because we liked making videos. But then what's the good thing about it for other people, I think, is it provides entertainment. It's like when we used to watch any of the hunting stuff that we used to watch, the old DVDs of deer stalking or...
Yeah, well, I think back in Noah and Harry, they were constantly watching DVDs just over and over. Some guys they just took a liking to, and yeah.
So we're just trying to do entertainment, and this is another form of entertainment.
Yeah.
Comedy. We're just testing the waters with it.
Yeah.
But before we can put that on there, we said that we were going to talk about our brother, our brother James, who's a real brother.
Yeah.
The comedy sketch has got a fake brother, so we got it's a bit. We want to talk about our real brother and why he doesn't come on hunting adventures with us, because we do everything as a family kind of thing, and we said we've got another brother and we'll tell you about him, and so he. Who is our other brother?
James. How old is James?
He must be 36, 7, something like that.
Yeah.
He's 3 or 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
So he must be 37, right.
He is severely disabled.
He's autistic.
Wow.
Diagnosed.
Autistic. I don't use that anymore because it confuses people, because autistic has a connotation that they've got some gift or something, but I assure you, James hasn't got any gifts.
On the scale of autism, there's like Asperger's, people that are just like a little bit quirky in some little way maybe, but they're also brighter in some way. And then right down the bottom, you've got like James. What are his symptoms, Pete? Like how would you describe
Well, he's non-verbal, so he doesn't talk, but then he doesn't communicate really through any other sign language or anything, which is quite a disability in my opinion. I was reading a book the other day about a neurosurgeon that my mother-in-law gave me, and he talked about how, like if he was going to operate on someone's brain, they might have had a tumour in their brain. If the outcome for that person was that they would become non-verbal, then he wouldn't carry out.
It's too hard.
Because it's just not a worthwhile life.
Well, it's too much of a risk if you've already got that.
Yeah, well, he just thought life going forward isn't really going to be that good if you can't communicate.
Well, what about if there's a non-verbal person listening to us?
Well,
it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, they will know how hard it is. I mean, God, okay. They would know how hard it is.
Okay, so what about physically?
Oh, he can walk but he is getting a bit slower now because he has a lot of seizures. He has a lot of seizures. Maybe sometimes he might have 3 in a day, and then he might have a break. But he might, yeah. So
he broke a record the other day, didn't he?
Yeah,
got a PB.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
6 on the.
Yeah, 5 or something in a 24-hour period.
PW.
Personal best of seizures. So, yeah, he has that. He can't toilet himself or anything, so he wears a nappy. He
quite often shits in the shower.
Well, that's his main way, yeah. So he has enemas to do all that. So, I mean, his life is
terrible. Wow. Yeah.
It's complicated.
Compared to our life.
That's right, yeah.
It's a rough deal, man.
But he was completely normal till he was about 18 months old. So he was singing nursery rhymes and, yeah, he was perfectly normal. And then there's a bit of debate about this, but my slant on it is he got his immunisations at 18 months, and the day he came back from that, he was really weird, and he was, because when you go to work and it's your first child and you come home from work every night and your kid comes out and sees you and, how's it going, Dad, and you give him a cuddle and all that sort of thing. Well, that day he didn't want to do that, and he was bending his back and screaming. And I said to Janet, what happened? And she said, he's just had his vaccinations, and the doctor said sometimes that can make them a bit cranky. Well, fucking cranky it did, I tell you. And he just bloody went berserk. And he did settle down, that night, but then he never spoke a word. Oh, he spoke one word after that. He looked at the TV one day and he said sausage.
Was this like straight after? Or?
Nah, this was about maybe a month later. But he was singing nursery rhymes and stuff. So he said one word, sausage, and I thought, oh shit, maybe he's, because you don't really know at that age whether that's just a temporary thing and they might be coming back. But basically, he just regressed and yeah.
Can't think of anything more sad. Having kids myself, like Archie, my youngest kid's 2.5, so James was around that age.
Yeah, where he's just starting to talk now. It
was probably 6 months ago, or whatever, and they're just so much fun talking, playing, the light of your life, and then that just turned off.
Yeah, and
he's not got any better ever since. Like, there's been zero improvement over 30, however many years.
Yeah, exactly. So,
how's that defined your life?
It's quite complicated because everything revolves around the management of someone like that. And people that are, that have a brain injured person will know that it's complicated. Everything's got to be organised around living your life around that person.
It's like having an old parent that's like 90.
Yeah, well, I see parents that get dementia and stuff, and then they have to look after them through that period. And that might be 3, might be 5, maximum 10 years.
And it's spread amongst the children usually.
Yeah, and eventually it ends. But with James, it's 35 years now. Just carries on. So, yeah. I mean, basically you just got to get a handkerchief, wipe away the tears, and then get the fuck on with it. I mean, that's how
I think we don't is. Even like our family, we don't really talk about it that often because what are we going to achieve?
That's right.
Like, we can't fix this situation. That's the hardest thing, I think, to understand about something like this is because you kind of in your mind, well, in my mind, how I go through life, it's like if I work hard and do the right things, I'll get progress in life. But then something like this can come along and it's the most important thing in your life and you've done nothing wrong and then you've just got the saddest thing. And I don't know how you reconcile that in your life.
Well, you don't really. You just get on with making the decisions and getting on and doing it. You don't you can't reconcile it because, what someone once said, that happened to you because of this reason, because you didn't, they might say, because you fucking had a child out of wedlock or something. Well, I know fucking thousands of people that have had kids out of wedlock and they're not fucking retarded, are they? Yeah, no. So that's a fucking shitty thing to say to someone, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no rhyme and reason for it, eh? I mean, I guess one day we will find out what the story is, but yeah, it's just get on with it, eh? Yeah.
And I remember as kids, because he doesn't live with us full time or with you full time. He didn't from about how old?
Mum's
better.
When the twins were little, he couldn't stand crying or coughing. So, like if you had a baby in the house and it coughed, he would go and grab them and try and fucking stop them coughing.
Physically stop them coughing.
Yeah. So
I remember when I was little, I used to cough into a pillow.
Yeah.
That's one of my memories is like, oh crap, like running, burying my face in the pillow and coughing because I didn't want my brother to kill me.
So then baby's crying, he couldn't stand that, maybe his just sensory sound thing was just terrible. So he would just want to kill them. So in the end he went and lived with a family with older children and they still care for him today, actually. Yeah. So
he never lived full time with them, or did he at the start there?
It started off a little bit, and it sort of became more. Yeah.
That would have been hard. Did you feel like guilty about that?
Don't know, because you sort of got to protect your other children. It sort of was that really.
You're pretty good at like
I think Mum would have. Definitely would have been hard for Mum.
Yeah, it would be.
Would have been terrible.
But what are you going to do? Like,
Yeah.
what sort of life would it have been? I was probably all right because they actually might have died. But
yeah.
For you.
But anyway, that's James. That's why he doesn't hunt. And
it would be. We could try one time.
we can move on.
Probably drive around on the motorbike.
Yeah, but he doesn't sort of like. We took him in the boat once. He didn't like you know how the boat drops and bounces. He really freaked out with that. He just like hanging onto the side like this.
He just likes to be in the safe zone, I suppose. James, he likes to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's not worth doing outside of that because it just upsets him. And
yeah, so you just keep life real simple. But, sometimes he does things. He's got his things he does. He does riding for the disabled and does a bit of swimming and aqua jogging and things like that. Yeah, he does things. He's not completely sitting around, yeah.
And I guess it's good to talk about these sorts of things because you sort of see people just doing their thing especially on social media, and you're like, oh man, that's just got to live in the dream, and we are in many ways. But lots of people also have bad stuff in their life that they don't show, and I think it's important to sort of show everything not everything, but talk about real other things in your life as well. And that's one real thing in our life that's
keeps you real,
keeps you humble when you realise that's purely just the luck of the draw and you didn't get that. You got to be normal and talk and have relationships and fun and not have seizures. And
yeah, so that's James. That's why he doesn't go hunting. We should put a few clips in them, but yeah, I don't know if we will. We might. We'll put a picture of him.
Yeah, we could show you some seizures and stuff.
Yeah, we've got seizure pictures if you like seizures. You get used to stuff like that, eh?
Yeah, we're used to it.
Like if I show somebody it, they're just shocked, eh? They're just shocked. But I mean, it's just your reality.
It's just normal.
Yeah.
Sometimes 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah.
On a real bad day. Yeah. So, yeah, that's James. If you see our other brother, the fake brother on the... he's a bit of a retard too.
You shouldn't have said. It's not a surprise if you say what it is.
Well, they don't know what it is. They don't know enough about it yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Like you too.
Anyway.
I think you'll. I think if you don't laugh at that, then I don't know. You should.
You've got a different sense of humour than us.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why. If you've got the same sense of humour as us, you'll find something in there.
I'd say James watched it and he didn't laugh at all.
Different sense of humour.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. All right. Well, that was an interesting chat. Interesting in the sense that it was different. But we've done it now. We'll move on to the next one for the next.
Don't forget, get onto the website.
clarkeboys.co.nz.
Yeah.
Pre-sale ends on the 8th of December for the shirts and the knives you can buy anytime.
Yeah.
They're also available at Victory Knives.
Great Christmas present. Great Christmas present, those knives. And if you're on the peninsula, don't forget you can get our honey at Prescott's Garage, Cooks Beach Store.
All the markets in Paunui or Taira
only on the weekends.
Only on weekends.
Only on the weekends. And also at the organic shop at Taira. So you pop in there.
Just go nuts.
Get some of that, boy.
All right.
Sweeten up your life.
Okay. See you later, guys. See you next time.